Hello guys, welcome to another video. In this video we would be learning on how we can read web pages using LangChain. Like for the scenarios like RAG where we will have to read the external content and store it in the vector DBs, we will have the scenarios to read the web pages as well. So in this video we will learn how we can read web pages using LangChain. We will see two different libraries, one with unstructured LangChain, one with just simple LangChain. Okay, we have to just install the required packages, and in LangChain we have a class called web-based loader. Using this class we will load all the web pages. So this web-based loader class will take a page URL which is of list type as an argument, and then we are assigning it to a loader, and we can iterate this loader and append it to a list called docs, and in this docs we'll have the content of this complete web page. If you see here, the doc first has the metadata, the path, the title, and then inside the description we'll have the actual data. It's full of data. That's it. So when we use web-based loader, the whole page will be loaded into one document, one single document. And if you want to view metadata alone, you can just view like doc.metadata, and you can get the metadata and the actual data. Doc.page content will give the actual content. That's it. And there is a second option in case if you are aware of the classes in that web page. For suppose if we go to any web page like and right click on inspect, it will open into this page. So this HTML page is divided into multiple classes, right? For suppose if you want to read a specific class alone, for suppose if you want to read this class alone, theme, dog, markdown, that means when you highlight on this complete context is being highlighted, right? So it reads all the content, whatever the blue is coming, that content will be read. And in the second argument, we need to pass the class name, which class we need to read and all. So I just pass this class here. When I just copy and paste it, see, I'm just reading this class. So I will have all this prerequisite and all this content now when I read it. That's it. I'm just passing like each line should be separated with the pipe symbol and remove the empty strings at the corners. That's the true. That's it. And I'm just using this loader dot lazy load. That's it. And appending it to the docs. Now, when you print the docs, doc.page content, if you see, it has read only the content which we have read. So the first is how to add memory to chartboards. The key feature chartboards is their ability. A key feature. See, that's what it read. So we just read the specific class alone here, not the whole web page. Similarly, if you want to read some other class, it's another class, and I have taken another URL. It's a tooling call. This is the tooling call, and it read only this content. If you see, when I highlight this, it is highlighting only this particular piece of content, only the small piece which starts with prerequisite and it's with output parser, right? So here I should get only that output. See, it started with prerequisites and ends with output parser. That's it. See, if you see, only this content is read. So that's how we can read only a specific class in the web page in case if you are aware of the classes in that HTML web page. And the final thing is using unstructured LangChain module. In this module, if you want to use this module, you need to have the API key. So you need to come to this unstructured web page and you have to create an API key, and it will be a 14 days free trial. So you can create an API key. And we have a class called unstructured loader in LangChain. We have to just call that class and we have to pass the URL, and we can iterate it using the same a lazy load and append it to the docs. Now, unlike the LangChain web-based loader where all the content will be stored in a single document, if you see up, all the content will be stored in a single document. Here in LangChain, it is divided into multiple documents. If you see, the title will be one document and the next section will be another document. So we might have the multiple sections in a web page, right? So each section will be divided into a set of documents. For suppose this goes into one document and the next piece of code goes into another document. Again, this piece of code goes into another document, like that. So it will be in multiple documents. That's it. And if you want, you can view. See, right now I'm just iterating the first 5 pages and I'm just printing. See, the first document is just the title, and the page content of this title is just the title name. And the next category is of narrative text, and only this piece of text has become a single document, and all the next points have become into another document. If you see, this is of simply suffering previous message, stuffing previous message. So all like that, the each section in the web page will be read as a separate document. You can just in these docs we'll have all these, we can append all together, and we can even filter out, and we can even exclude the content which we don't want using this unstructured loader. See, if you see, I'm just reading it. So here I'm just trying to read only a specific section in the web page. So what I'm doing is the category should be of title, and the content should start with setup. So when I do setup, so I'm just reading this piece of code alone. So what happens here in unstructured LangChain module is it creates a unique ID to each and every section in the web page. That is called element ID. If you see, we'll have an element ID for each document, and it will be unique. And there is another concept called parent ID. For suppose, let's assume we have a web page like this. So this complete content comes into a single section, right? So it creates a parent ID for this, one parent ID for this, and another element ID, another element ID, another unique element ID, multiple unique element IDs for all this, but the parent ID for all these will be same. So that's how we can just filter out based on the parent ID as well. That's what I'm doing here. If you see, the parent ID is same for all this. See, it's same because these all came under single section in that web page, but the element ID is unique. The element ID, if you see, it's completely unique for each document. So that's the another advantage, and based on that you can filter out. If you see, as we know, like every document will have the metadata and the page content both. So based on the metadata, I'm just checking it should be title, and the page content should start with the setup, and I'm getting the parent ID, and I'm just filtering out all the next subsections in that section which has the parent ID as the value which I have fetched above. That's it, and appending into the list, so that when I print it, I get all that section information completely. If you see, you will need to install few packages. Now see, you will need to install few packages. This is one thing, and the second topic is pip install upgrade quiet pip install. So these two. So that's how we read. So, and similarly, I'm reading another document where I'm just fetching based on the metadata, where the category should be title, and the page content starts with defining tool schema. So as we discussed before, there will be parent ID and element ID. So I'm just getting the parent ID, and I'm fetching all the rows with the parent ID which I got the above based on this condition. That's it. So if I just filter out, see, I'll get all this Python section. So there will be parent ID assigned to each section in this section, for each subsection in this section, and a unique element ID as well. So based on the parent ID, we can get all this information. That's it. So if you see, all these 4 documents have the same parent ID, and that's what we are getting here. If you see, the parent ID is same for all this, and we are getting all the required content. That's it. For a model to be able to call tools, so this is how we read using LangChain web-based loader and LangChain unstructured loader. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.